The golden age of Hollywood is remembered for its dazzling glamour, sweeping romances, and flawless studio-manufactured images. But behind the silver screen's glittering facade lay a strict, oppressive system controlled by the Hays Code and predatory morality clauses. For queer women in the industry, exposure meant the instant destruction of their livelihoods. Because legal same-sex marriage was non-existent, these women had to invent entirely new ways to live and love in secret. Many entered orchestrated lavender marriages with men to satisfy studio executives, while quietly reserving their true devotion for private, lifelong unions. Intriguingly, a significant subculture of these iconic actresses and celebrities sought comfort, stability, and romantic protection in the arms of older, more established women. These relationships functioned as unsanctioned Boston marriages, combining deep romantic commitment with career mentorship. Who were these brilliant women who defied the studio moguls to protect their secret lives? From Oscar-winning leading ladies to history-making directors, we uncovered 10 extraordinary Golden Age icons who shared their lives, their hearts, and their private domains with older female partners. Watch until the very end to discover how these hidden partnerships permanently reshaped the history of Hollywood cinema. 1. Dorothy Arzner. Behind the scenes of a fiercely conservative studio system, a legendary female director shattered Hollywood's glass ceilings while hiding a passionate, 4-decade domestic partnership with an older creative force who quietly helped shape her cinematic vision, completely away from the public's prying eyes. Dorothy Arzner was a monumental force in old Hollywood, rising from a script typist to become the industry's most prolific female director. While she never legally married, due to the laws of her time, her heart belonged to Marion Morgan, an accomplished choreographer who was 16 years her senior. Their devoted partnership began in 1927 and endured gracefully for over 40 years until Morgan's passing. Living together openly in their beautiful Hollywood home, they masterfully bypassed the predatory studio system's strict morality clauses, creating an authentic, inspiring life of mutual respect and quiet queer excellence behind closed doors, completely unbothered. 2. Eva Le Gallienne. A brilliant theatrical pioneer and early screen actress, famously walked away from mainstream Hollywood glamour to protect her private freedom, finding profound artistic inspiration and intense romantic devotion in the arms of a legendary, older screen matriarch who guided her early career. Eva Le Gallienne was an acclaimed stage force who occasionally graced the silver screen during Hollywood's formative years. Fiercely independent, she refused to conform to standard heterosexual expectations. Her most passionate, defining early romance was with the iconic silent film star Alla Nazimova, who was 20 years older than Le Gallienne. Nazimova acted as both a romantic partner and a massive career mentor during Eva's early rise to fame. This relationship set a permanent pattern for Le Gallienne, who spent her long life continually seeking the companionship of mature, protective women who shared her deep devotion to high art. 3. Mercedes de Acosta. Hollywood's most unapologetic and glamorous lesbian socialite rejected traditional societal expectations, using her immense wit and screenwriting talent to pursue passionate, marriage-like long-term relationships with the world's most famous women, frequently targeting iconic, mature artistic figures who completely captured her heart. Mercedes de Acosta was a prolific screenwriter and poet who refused to hide her lesbian identity in a deeply closeted era. While she maintained a standard lavender legal marriage to a man, her true romantic energy was spent courting legendary women. One of her most intense, enduring affairs was with the legendary pioneer of modern dance, Isadora Duncan, who was 16 years older than Mercedes. De Acosta wrote beautiful, passionate scripts and letters for Duncan, establishing a lifelong pattern of forming deep, romantic, marital-style bonds with older, powerful women who ruled the international cultural landscape before the studio system took control. 4. Marjorie Main. A beloved character actress famous for her rugged, rustic on-screen persona concealed a deeply sophisticated private life, quietly sharing a beautiful domestic existence with a prominent fellow actress who was several years her senior in an enduring and widely respected Hollywood partnership. Marjorie Main achieved widespread fame as a contract player at MGM, most notably portraying the iconic Ma Kettle. While her public image was that of a simple countrywoman, her private life was spent in Hollywood's elite queer circles. Following the death of her husband, Main entered a long-term, marriage-like domestic partnership with the acclaimed film and television star Spring Byington. Byington was several years older than Main, providing a stable, protective environment. The two lived together in a committed Boston marriage, a quiet arrangement completely understood and protected by their studio executives. 5. Janet Gaynor and Mary Martin, two of classic Hollywood's most beloved screen icons, successfully protected their private lives from devastating studio scandals by maintaining highly publicized marriages to gay men, while quietly building a deeply intimate, lifelong companionship together on a remote, shared ranch far away from the invasive paparazzi. Janet Gaynor, the first Best Actress Oscar winner, and Broadway legend Mary Martin shared an extraordinary, enduring bond that became Hollywood's worst-kept secret. Gaynor was married to costume designer Adrian, while Martin was married to producer Richard Halliday. Despite their legal marriages, the two women were practically inseparable, frequently traveling together and eventually cohabitating on adjoining ranches in Brazil. Though Gaynor was 7 years older than Martin, inverting the traditional age dynamic, their profound marriage-like alliance provided the mutual emotional sanctuary and protection they both required to navigate the fiercely homophobic studio system at the absolute peak of their stardom. 6. Jean Acker. An early silent screen actress, survived a disastrous, brief Lavender marriage to Hollywood's greatest male heartthrob, quickly escaping the artificial studio spotlight to build a secure, permanent domestic life, alongside an older, far more established actress who guided her through the industry. Jean Acker earned permanent cinematic fame for her 1919 marriage to Rudolph Valentino, which famously collapsed after only 6 hours when she locked him out of their hotel room. Acker's true romantic devotion belonged to actress Grace Darmond. Darmond was the older, significantly more established star who originally introduced Acker to Hollywood's secret lesbian inner circles. Despite the intense public scrutiny surrounding Valentino, Acker and Darmond maintained a deeply committed, marriage-like alliance for years, demonstrating how younger starlets relied heavily on older, worldly female partners to survive the ruthless nature of early studio politics. 7. Barbara Stanwyck. One of cinema's toughest and most enduring leading ladies, fiercely guarded her private world beneath a carefully manufactured heterosexual image, finding her ultimate emotional security in a deeply private, lifelong domestic alliance with an older woman who managed her entire career and legacy. Barbara Stanwyck was a powerhouse actress who epitomized independence on screen, yet she carefully concealed her private life through a Lavender marriage to actor Robert Taylor. Her closest, most enduring domestic relationship was actually with her personal publicist and former actress, Helen Ferguson. Ferguson was 6 years older than Stanwyck and took absolute control over her public image, career choices, and daily schedule. Many Hollywood insiders viewed their fierce, unbreakable decades-long attachment as a covert partnership, where the older Ferguson provided the emotional sanctuary and protection Stanwyck required to maintain her massive stardom. 8. Spring Byington. A brilliant, Oscar-nominated actress beloved for playing sweet maternal figures on television, hid her true identity from millions of fans, quietly sharing her later years in a deeply devoted, marriage-like domestic arrangement with an iconic, younger character actress who adored her completely. Spring Byington was a cherished fixture of Golden Age cinema and television, famously starring in the hit series December Bride. While she gracefully played traditional grandmothers on screen, Hollywood historians have long identified her as a pillar of the industry's secret queer community. As the older partner in her relationship with actress Marjorie Main, Byington provided immense wisdom, industry experience, and emotional stability. Their beautiful, shared home functioned exactly like a traditional marriage, proving that mature queer women successfully built enduring, loving sanctuaries far away from the invasive studio cameras. 9. Alla Nazimova. The legendary silent film icon who originally created Hollywood's secret society of queer women spent her youth learning from mature theatrical mentors before transitioning into an older, protective partner herself, anchoring a beautiful, lifelong domestic union with a deeply devoted younger actress. Alla Nazimova was a revolutionary cinematic force who famously coined the phrase, "the sewing circle," to describe Hollywood's underground lesbian network. In her early European theatrical career, Nazimova actively sought the romance and guidance of older, established female directors and actresses. Later in life, she flipped this dynamic by becoming the mature, protective partner to actress Gleska Marshall. The two women lived together in a deeply committed, marriage-like domestic alliance at Nazimova's famous estate, the Garden of Alla, showcasing how generations of queer women utilized age-gap partnerships for mutual survival. 10. Jane Loring. A powerful, pioneering film editor, operated as a major force behind the scenes at a top studio, utilizing her mature industry influence and deep personal devotion to guide and protect a legendary, gender-bending young actress during her early rise to Hollywood superstardom. Jane Loring was an incredibly talented film editor at RKO Studios, who possessed a profound understanding of cinematic narrative. Loring was several years older than a young Katharine Hepburn, and quickly became her intimate companion, protector, and professional mentor during the actress's early career. Loring carefully edited Hepburn's films to emphasize her unique, boyish, and boundary-pushing on-screen persona. Their private, marriage-like alliance was built on a shared passion for cinema and a deep mutual devotion, demonstrating how older behind-the-scenes women successfully protected and elevated the younger queer icons of tomorrow. The brave women of Hollywood's golden age proved that love could survive the harshest restrictions. By choosing older, protective partners, they conquered a ruthless studio system. Good night, Hollywood.